We have Dave Greenaway with us, the Wildcats first team coach. Had a good Christmas, New Year?
Yeah, I had a quiet one, to say the least. It was a good New Year and good Christmas with the family. So a Merry Christmas and belated Christmas greetings to the Wildcat family and everyone out there, and a Happy New Year. And hopefully that it'll be a prosperous and bring good health.
Okay, we haven't played since before Christmas, but unfortunately we went down in the trophy semi-final to Sheffield. How's the players reacted to that?
It's been, it was the last game, and it was the last kind of contact that I had with the players until we came back to practice on the second. But try to stay in touch, and I think one of the things that we wanted to do was to use it as motivation, as understanding that the margins, the small margins that it takes. So it really is going to come down to like details at practice, making sure that we're focused and engaged. But I mean, the players have actually used it as motivation. We've had two good practices. We've kind of touched on things that we need to get better on, but also just continuing to set standards and a culture and kind of to raise the bar in practice every time that we're on the floor. So, I think they've taken it in the right way, and we can see that on the floor.
There's been some changes in the squad, hasn't there, since, Gillian Baird came in just before the semi-final, and Annie has left just after the semi-final, and now Jess Hurd has re-signed after being at college for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, all of that is, other than, Annie leaving, which, we knew it was a possibility of it happening, and understanding that, the time that she's been here, she was really good for us. Wish we could have had her for a longer period, but understanding that, for her continued development in terms of life, she needed to move on and kind of continue her master's and her education in that regard. So, we thank her for her service, not only for the short period that she was here, but for last year. She will always be a part of the Wildcat family. Having Jill in as well really kind of helped us in terms of our interior. Having her back, that was another thing that we weren't too sure whether with her her job, whether or not she would have been able to make the commitment, but she has moved things around for us and wanted to actually come back and be a part of the team. So that's a great addition for us. And then having Jess in, knowing that we've just lost Annie, having Jess back in, where she belongs really, back at Nottingham Wildcats is a good boost for us. Very good boost for us.
Moving on to Sunday, we've got Northumbria back in the WBBL. They're unbeaten, we're unbeaten. What's going to go down there?
Well, it's going to be a very tough game. Both teams unbeaten. Both teams have made some good additions in the off season. Northumbria, quote unquote, is considered probably one of the deepest teams, in the league, and they've shown that they've beaten Sheffield, which is no easy task. So it's going to be a tough, competitive game. But I think that we, after losing that trophy final, I think we understand what it's going to take in terms of the details, in terms of what we need to do better. I think that we'll be more hungry as well, wanting to keep that. I don't think it's going to be very difficult for any team to kind of go through this season, I personally think, without a defeat, but we don't want it to be this Sunday. We want to make sure that we maintain and start the season on a very positive note, on top of the table. That will be a great thing for us as a team, going into our following games, which, as we go, we'll have Leicester and Sheffield. So to take one to the best team and be able to bring them down to one loss will be a great, starting point for us.
Thanks very much, Coach.
You're welcome.